Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today we are going to discuss about language modeling. Language modeling is a kind of different statistical and probabilistic techniques based domain where we are going to have a sort of analysis that a particular word is occurring how many times and how one word is related to another word, what is the correlation, what is the sort of different metrics which are used to evaluate the performance of a particular word out of the whole database and something like that. Means specifically you need to find the different words, their relationships, and how they are occurring in a particular context. And in this way, why it is important? Because when you analyze all these things, then you come on to a certain point that yes, the particular user means the orator or the user is going to say this particular thing. So in NLP, in natural language processing, we need this sort of analysis that how you are modeling the language, how you are modeling the terms, and then all these things come into picture, that how a particular predicate is being used in a particular context, how a particular word is being used, how many times a particular word is being used. So all these things help us, means help the model, help the machine to understand the particular meaning of a particular sentence in a particular context. So specifically talking about this particular thing, we will move on to a particular work, as we always discuss that with respect to every work there is a particular base paper or something like that, which is very important to understand the basic context of a particular topic. So this particular topic, language modeling, is supposed to be best understood by this particular paper. This is 2016 uploaded at Archive, and you may see that it is coming from the Google Brain team, and all the people, all the authors are from Google team. So here, if you are interested, then you can go and you can have the email ID and contact them like this. And just you need to send the email by clicking on to these respective links, and then you can contact her to the author team if you have any doubt, because so many times the practical details and all the related tools and techniques are not available in a ready-made form. So if you are going to have some sort of analysis or the discussion or sort of some query, then please do contact you to the authors. Hopefully they will happily help you out. Now coming to the specific details. So the authors say that the recurrent neural networks are a kind of main focus in today's domain. And when we are coming to especially natural language processing, it becomes more important. And the authors perform a heuristic study on the different techniques like the convolution neural network. And why I'm saying heuristic, because the past experience guides you that how you specifically study the specific models or the neural networks. Because when you are performing a study onto a particular neural network, then again, how you have trained your older models, how you have seen the behavior of a particular model in a particular context, all these things do matter. Now coming to the different models, so the LSTM and the billion word benchmark, they have used these both things in this particular work. Now coming to the specific uh, best single model example, so they have significantly outperformed the state of the art Perplexity from 15.3 down to 30.0. And while the ensemble models sets a new record by improving the Perplexity from 41.0 down to 23.7. So in this way, you can see that the numbers are showing the kind of improvement, and that's why they have claimed these substantial results in this work. But now coming to the specific task of language modeling. So if you are interested, you can go to the related work, because as a beginner, you don't know the context. So this video is also for the beginners only. So if you are a beginner, then you just need to jump onto the related work before, because before understanding the whole work, it is the state of the art work. Though with respect to 2016, but if you are studying the 2023 papers, then all the works which are coming, those are quite way ahead of the basic things. So that's why you need to first jump onto the basics. So in this related work section of every paper, you will find some of the basic things like the language models they have discussed. You need to find how many language models are there. Then the convolution embedding models are there, how they are supposed to get related with your kind of other models which are existing. Then why they have chosen a particular kind of softmax or something like that. Then they have discussed about the specific contribution based language modeling improvements. where they are going to discuss the relationship between noise, contrastive estimation, and the importance sampling. Then there are some other relations like CNN, softmax, etc. Means specifically you need to move from one point to another. Firstly, jump onto the related work. There you will find some of the related things, and then you jump onto the kind of contribution. Then you see the analysis, then result, and then result, then analysis, and finally the conclusion. So that is quite interesting, and most of the things which are discussed here, those are discussed with respect to different sizes, regularizations, and specifically they have talked about the sampling, and they have talked about the importance sampling. So all these things you can find in this particular work. And though I'm not a means NLP domain person, but still I will recommend you to go through specific kind of papers, because some of the papers are quite related to the specific work, because they form as a fundamental or the keystone of a particular domain. So this is one of that papers. And if you are specifically a kind of newbie or the beginner in the domain of natural language processing, then obviously you will find some of the basic heuristics and some of the new explorative ideas in this particular work. So that's all from my side from this particular work. Now jumping on to the specific thing, because every work, when we talk about the work, then there are some benchmarks, there are some data sets, there are some models. So this work also includes a number of data sets and the models, because so many data sets and models contribute to the domain of natural language processing. Specifically, if I name down some, then 1 billion word is a popular database, and then the pile is a popular database, then the C4, Clue, and the NVK8. Then you have the Open Web Text 2, and you have specifically the Archive itself is a data set, big and the quite great data set. Then you have the GitHub. Then you have the Phil Papers, and specifically the book 3, Hackers News. All these things are different data sets and specifically different models, including the GPT-3, and especially after the introduction of GPT-4, and all these previous models have also become so much interesting. Means people are looking them out of so much curiosity, they are looking all these models, GPT 2, 3, etc. Okay, then OmniNet T, you have the GPT-2, as I told you. Then you have the Primer, and you have the Flash Quad 8K. And all these different models have different sorts of analysis and have different sorts of performance. And you can go to the respective papers and you can check them. And when we see that these are the different sorts of models and data sets, so then where to find and all these things. So just find the related papers on Google Scholar or some of the academic repository. There you will find a lot of related links to the respective data sets and the respective models. Now jumping on to the specific task, because with respect to every domain there are a number of tasks. So the long range modeling or the sentence pair modeling or the cross document language modeling, these are some of the tasks that you can perform in this particular language modeling domain. Okay, coming to the works, multiple works are there with the practical implementations and even with the theoretical implementation, theoretical concepts. So one work is there, DARTS, that is discussing the differentiable architecture search. Second one is the Robotoid, where robustly optimized BERT pre-training approach is discussed. BERT is a very popular term, and you can go to any academic website and you can search BERT. Similarly, the LSTM and all these things are there. So regularizing and optimizing LSTM language models is another popular work, which is discussing a PyTorch model-based implementation in the ICLR 2018. Similarly, the deep contextualized word presentations, again discussing the PyTorch implementation in NAACL 2018. Coming to the specific work of ICLR, well-read student learn better, on the importance of pre-training compact models. This particular work is discussing with the TensorFlow implementation. So there are so many specific PyTorch, TensorFlow, etc., implementations available. But point is that which particular work is suitable for you, it depends on the kind of requirement as well as your key skills. If you are pre-trained, it means if you are having sort of pre-acquired knowledge from TensorFlow, then you are supposed to be going into the domain where you are going to have all the TensorFlow based papers. If you are quite sufficiently good in PyTorch, then you are supposed to go into the PyTorch kind of domain. There you are going to have the similar sort of practical related paper. So that's the thing, and hopefully you know the basic things. Means always go with your heuristic, go with your past experience. If you have something uh, good in your hand, means you are having some domains of good knowledge, then obviously that domain will guide you to another domain, and there in this way you will find some interdisciplinary research topic or the specific problem formulation. So hopefully you will find your problem statement soon, and you'll find a suitable problem statement and its respective solution also. That's all from my side. If you didn't like anything, please do comment below. And before concluding the topic, let me tell you one more thing, that a model's language modeling capacity is measured by cross entropy and the perplexity, because we have discussed this word perplexity multiple times in this video. So you should know these things. And some database also have the kind of related modeling like the Wikitext 103, Text 8, C4, etc., which evaluate the language modeling. So if you are having the evaluation sort of work, then you can go to these particular data sets and you can have the respective analysis. So that's all from my side. If you didn't like, please do comment below and let us know how we can improve the quality of the futuristic videos. So thanks for watching. Happy learning.